Hello, welcome back to the second video of 26 module on best practices of school counselor, being good listener, friend and authoritative. The learning objectives of this video are expand the knowledge of cautions that needed to be taken to be a good listener, gain mastery the essence of being friend as one of the best practices. As per the Counselling Skills Context by British Association for Counselling, school counselor has to be cautious of some obstacles that can interfere in being a good listener. Some of the obstacles are distractions. Many external factors can make concentration difficult, and some of them are noise, movement, smells, and uncomfortable sitting, etc. Switching off and on. Our thinking is faster than the speed with which we speak. In fact, researchers report that it's 4 times faster. So, when we attempt to listen, there is a risk of us filling the time with thinking rather than listening. Better way to avoid switching off is by slowing the listening to speaking pace. Beyond me. Sometimes difficulty in understanding a complicated message can lead to complete shut-off. Stuck on facts. Sometimes we may try to get accurate details into our head, but all of a sudden find that speaker has moved on to a new fact, and then we may have lost the flow or the link. Pencil and paper. Another way we try to capture all the details is by capturing them on a paper. But writing can sometimes make the speaker feel uncomfortable, and also it makes maintaining eye contact difficult. Triggers. Each of us can get triggered by any word. This can vary from person to person. On such circumstances, it will be better to tune out the speaker. I know. Within the short period of listening, we may decide that we know what's coming next as we have already heard it, and decide that there is no point in listening further. Dreamy. Sometimes as we listen or become tired, we may drift into our own thoughts, which the speaker may eventually realize. You are wrong. When the speaker utters any contradictory statements or theories, we may become judgmental or get carried away by planning how to put them right. Problems versus person. Sometimes we may become more hyper-focused on the problem or the issue and then lose focus on listening to the person and their feelings. Above mentioned are the few obstacles the school counselor has to be cautious and avoided in order to be a good listener. Next, we will discuss about another best practice of the school counselor, that is being a friend. The ability to be a friend is another essential characteristic of a school counselor. If a school counselor is being distant, cold and rigid, students will not feel like sharing their problems. So the key to working with students is to be warm and approachable, and the same is applicable while dealing with the teachers and parents. The students tend to trust the school counselors more if he or she is open and supportive. Most of the time, the students are stressed by the academic loads and their set goals. Under such circumstances, having someone to listen to their troubles unconditionally can help in reducing the stress that the students feel. Getting the students to trust is one of the most rewarding accomplishments that a school counselor can achieve. Once trusting relationship has been formed, a school counselor can help the students better. Some of the components involved in being friendly are ability to build relationship, being supportive and collaborative, being trustworthy and ability to maintain confidentiality and positive regard, being empathetic, congruence, warm and respectful. A school counselor can be successful in helping the students only when he or she is able to establish a good rapport with them. Making the interactions more interesting and friendly is one of the ways to build rapport and relationship. It is important to form a closer relationship with students, especially who are having problems in their studies or in personal life. Many different strategies will have to be customized according to the individual student while building a relationship. This can be done by being more approachable and accessible, flexible, voluntarily offering help, and then being non-judgmental. At the same time, being supportive and collaborative is equally essential. Yet, relationships are difficult to establish unless the student begin to trust the school counselor. Many times, students with personal problems will avoid sharing their problem unless he or she trusts the school counselor. Building a trust involves information flow from both sides. First step in building a trust is for the school counselor to be accepting, and then second step would be self-disclosure from the school counselor. Talking about the students' personal lives and then sharing some of their own personal stories help in building trust with the students. Such exchange of personal stories enable the students to relate to the school counselor. At the same time, caution should be practiced in the content that is being shared by the school counselor. Such content should be relevant and intended to help. Additionally, playing a intermediator role between the teachers, parents, and students also helps. While playing the intermediator role, it is important to maintain the confidentiality of all parties involved, as the confidentiality is important aspects in building trust. Regarding assurance of confidentiality, a discussion will facilitate better understanding about the importance of confidentiality in the counseling process and relationship. Simultaneously, parents will need to be assured that important information will be revealed. Such a discussion will facilitate a balance between student confidentiality and the parental rights. The ability of empathetic understanding is another important aspect in building trust. With such a quality, a school counselor will be able to understand the problem, experience, thoughts, and feelings from the concerned person's point of view and then offer according level of support. School counselors' full attention and empathy encourages a sense of comfort, trust, and self-disclosure. A friendly atmosphere can encourage interaction and self-disclosure, and this can be established by maintaining warmth and then genuine understanding. Use of appropriate body language such as a non-threatening posture while maintaining eye contact, respecting personal space, maintaining a reassuring and comforting way of speech are also some of the ways of creating a friendly atmosphere. School counselors should show respect at all times, along with genuine openness. It is also advised to practice impartial and non-judgmental stand at all times. Showing respect also includes the ability of school counselor in communicating and sincere belief that each individual has the inherent strength and capacity to make their life choices, and that each individual has the right and capability in making own decisions. Positive regard or positive acceptance is a crucial quality that a school counselor needs to demonstrate, which will make the student feel valued and respected. This quality enhances the counseling relationship further. A positive unconditional regard encourages the students to explore their thoughts, feelings, and experiences freely and thereby develop an understanding and acceptance of the emotions experienced. School counselors should refrain from making judgment in any situation, as it proves to the student that he or she is there to support them in spite of their weakness, negativity, or unacceptable qualities. While being friendly, some of the cautions that a school counselor needs to keep in mind are the ethical issues related to confidentiality, inappropriate attachments, and boundary issues. Discussion over such issues in advance will help the concerned person to understand the school counselor's behaviors and not feel betrayed. In this video, we have discussed some of the school counselors' obstacles to being a good listener, as well as how to portray being friendly in a professional manner with the student clients. In the next video, we will look into how to best practice being authoritative. Thank you.